who watches Fifth Gear regularly will know I'm a bit of a Land Rover Defender fan. I've enjoyed taking presenters old and new to the Landy's limits.
Yeah, and then you've got... Jimmy!
No, I'm barely doing anywhere.
The same basic design stuck around for 33 years, but at the end of 2019, Land Rover finally launched an all-new Defender. However, as we've now become Fifth Gear recharged, we had to wait a while to drive it because initially only combustion engine models were available. Fortunately, that wait is over because this has now been added to the range, a plug-in hybrid. And that's why I've got a very big smile on my face. It's called the P400E. And while the main power source is a turbocharged 2-litre petrol engine, Land Rover have bolted on a 19.2 kilowatt-hour battery pack and motor as well. That sounds pretty exciting, so I've called on a young co-driver to share the fun, my new colleague, Sideways Sid. Although he possibly knows more about getting the back out than getting out of a box. I mean, I know you can do the business on the tarmac, but how do you feel on a kind of more all-terrain kind of environment?
I have to be honest, Jimmy, the last time I went off-road, I put a car in a ditch. I've been told slow and steady is the key, which I didn't do.
Should we jump in and give it a go?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sid, this car comes in 3 modes. I've got full EV mode, so that's battery only. I've then got save mode, that limits the amount of EV I'm using, but I want today hybrid mode, which allows me to access the maximum amount of horsepower, so that's what I'm going to be using today.
How much power is it producing?
So I've got now just over 400 horsepower, so plenty of power. However, you've got to remember it does weigh over 2.5 tons. So as you can see there, it's set up, it's going to change loads of settings on the car. So we're going to change ride height, gear ratio, the diffs and what's going on. So it's going to give me, hopefully, loads of control, but we are ready to go. So shall we? Shall we? Here we go. We should be set and away we go. The battery can propel this car on EV power alone for 27 miles at up to 85 miles an hour. But what shall we do with a 93 grand top of the range Landy? How about we point it up a hill and press go? Land Rover say this car is good for 45 degrees, which is about there. Yeah. This isn't quite that, but it is pretty steep. I hope I can use my skills to make it, otherwise Sid will gloat. However, here we do need to play the momentum card because things are getting loose and we need that power to drive us through.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, you ready for it? Let's go. We make it, but I'm bemused. I don't like the computer.
No, it was going to do a full donut for you, and then it just
said,
cut that. Yeah.
We've got up. Let's go down. Okay, so hill descent. We've got that on. So what I really do like about this is we can pick the speed at which we descend. Got hill descent on numbers just by doing this toggle. So that's set on 5 miles per hour now, but I can turn that. So let's say 8 miles per hour. That's going to be my descent speed.
Okay.
So you got confidence in the descent?
Sure.
You were gripping that handle a bit tight.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. Look, I'll cross my arms.
Cross your arms?
Yep.
Let it off and go?
Yeah, we'll do it.
All right, so this is 8 miles an hour, and as we descend, I can turn that down. So I'm turning that down now to 5.
Oh, yeah.
I can feel that having an effect.
Pretty well. It's gone up to 9 at one point, but
yeah, but
right.
that slowed me right down.
But that's really controllable.
And then I can just edge that up now, and you can just feel we're just accelerating just by the mile per hour. So that's now 8. And that's really nice because quite often, hill descent can be quite pedestrian-like.
It feels so well controlled in here.
And nice and smooth, isn't it?
Yeah, easy.
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 Easy for your turn?
Yeah.
I've got a feeling I'm about to experience Send It, aren't I?
Yeah.
But going down a hill would never stretch a proper Landy. Here in Wales, there are other 4x4 challenges for it to tackle, and a nasty looking track is the perfect start for Sid. So the next we've got is up here, a bit of a rock crawl.
Okay. Okay, I'm pretty sure we're doing rock crawl, so you select rock crawl.
See, I mean, there is a lot of settings, but they do make it quite simple, don't they?
Yeah, literally. Anyone can work this.
So I just simply press rock crawl,
Select
low range, so I've got to go in neutral.
My Defender on this could just be nice and steady away. You'd probably get, as we go up the odd step, a bit of slip in. I'm interested to see how this performs compared to that, because I mean, this is, don't forget, a heavy beast.
It is 2.6 tons. It's no lightweight, is it?
So the differences we've got here is we've got 2 limited slip diffs, one in the middle and one at the back, and they're going to be continually varying the amount of differential we get, the locked wheels moving together. So that's going to change all the time. So we should get a lot more torque down, a lot more grip because of those 2 variable diffs.
You can tell that it's doing its work supremely well. Even the traction control, it's working overtime.
That didn't slip at all, did it?
Nah.
Nothing is slipping, sliding. We didn't like the over-controlled computer, but we're warming to the way the Land Rover can take anything you throw at it. So we're here in this type of car, and there's a test you always do, isn't there? It's almost not worth saying. The water challenge. We've got loads of settings on this, and there is a setting just for this, so we've got a wade setting. That's it, engaged. Now that does a load of pretty cool things. One, it softens your throttle response. So if you're kind of getting knocked about, you're not going to be jerky. That's really important in water. 2, it's obviously going to raise the suspension to the highest height. But 3, it also does a load of stuff with all the air con and air circulation. So it's only recirculating internal air, so we're not sucking in any air from the outside.
No way.
Yeah, so we don't do anything nasty.
Pretty clever.
Pretty good. Let's see if Sid's foot down dynamics work here, because they really shouldn't. Yeah, send it. Yeah, bow wave, yeah. Push, push, push. Good. So that was probably a little bit lively, because you'll see there, we lost total vision. What did you have to do when we lost vision?
Come off the power.
You had to stop, yeah? So that's when you can have a problem.
Which is probably not a good way of doing it.
Nah, so that was probably a little bit over-aggressive. We've managed not to damage this horribly expensive car at all, but we did lose the number plate, and if I've got one rule, it's you never leave a number plate behind. Take Sid off-road in, they said.
Look, it's not my fault the number plate's come off.
No, number plate coming off. You didn't physically take it off, Sid. It might be your fault that the throttle was depressed to where it was depressed to.
You told me it was 700 deep and the car can weigh 900.
Yeah.
So
I told you also about a bow wave.
Yeah, you did.
We had a tidal wave.
Yeah, but you gotta have a bit of excitement.
Tragically, we didn't find it. Sid, I've got to be honest, I have thoroughly enjoyed taking you for a spin in this today.
Likewise, it's been a good laugh.
Yeah, it really has. All in all, I think the car did its job and it got us here, which, as far as I can see, is the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, literally.
The only snag in the mix is that we both thought some of the materials were a little bit tacky for a 92 grand car, but still, it does the job rather nicely, and even Sideways Sid failed to generate any extra drama out of this test.